awesome European muscle cars. Hey guys, as you probably know, muscle cars are a distinctively American concept. Shoving a V8 engine in a regular 2-door or 4-door sedan body typically wasn't done in Europe to the same extent. That said, over the years there have been some European cars that take a page out of Detroit's how-to manual. Let's get started. Number 1. The Lotus Carlton, or the Omega Lotus. Back in the late 80s and early 90s, the largest Vauxhall or Opel model was the Carlton, or the Opel Omega, which was a boring sedan usually found parked in front of suburban homes and owned by middle-aged couples. Then, somebody got a brilliant idea and called Lotus for help. The result was the Lotus Carlton, or the Omega Lotus, one of the coolest cars Vauxhall has ever built. Under the hood was a 3.6-litre straight-six engine with 2 turbochargers, producing 382 horsepower. With such firepower, the Carlton was able to achieve 60 miles per hour in 5.1 seconds and reach 176 miles per hour. For 1990s standards, this was as fast as a Lamborghini Diablo. From the outside, the Lotus Carlton looks almost identical as its regular cousins, and unsurprisingly, its stealth appearance made it a favourite with criminals and other shady characters. Sort of like the Audi RS3 and RS6 today. It was produced for just 2 years, and only 950 cars were made, so these days it's quite valuable. Number 2. The BMW F10 M5. Usually I wouldn't include the M5 on this list. Ever since its inception with the E28, it's always been the nimble and sporty option, but not exactly muscle car material. The E60 wasn't muscle car stuff either, with a finely tuned V10 engine getting the job done, inspired by the F1 cars of the time. In my opinion, that all changed when the F10 M5 was released at the 2011 Frankfurt Motor Show. It's powered by a twin-turbocharged V8 engine, making it the first turbocharged M5 model, and also the first M5 to use a dual-clutch transmission. And crucially, a traditional 6-speed manual version was also available in the United States. Generating a power output of 553 horsepower from the factory straight to the rear wheels, the F10 is a monster. While it's pretty heavy and bulky, the V8 engine and the rear-wheel drive makes it the king of straight-line runs once it gets going, very muscle car-like. If that's not enough power, the S53 engine is easily tunable, with many hitting 700 horsepower. It's a bit of a bargain too these days. In the UK, prices have plummeted to around 20k. Number 3. The Jaguar XFR and XFR-S. Most XF models are driven by mid-level executives, usually powered by 2 and 3-litre diesels. The XFR-S version, however, is powered by a 542 bhp supercharged V8. This means power is up by 39 bhp over the regular XFR, which is already a very quick car. Introduced in 2013 and sold until 2015, the Jaguar XFR was pitted as a rival for the BMW M5, and although less common, it certainly delivered. You can only get the XFR-S in rear-wheel drive, so you've got to be pretty careful as it's got 680 Nm of torque. The XFR-S is a tenth faster than the XFR, 0 to 62 miles per hour in 4.6 seconds, so not a lot quicker then, but its top speed is 186 miles per hour, making it Jaguar's fastest ever saloon car. Whilst its character might be a little different from some muscle cars, its lazy V8 noise, rear-wheel drive and unassuming body does make you think of Mustangs and Camaros. Number 4. The Mercedes C63 AMG. Rumors are circling the car world that the next generation C-Class AMG model will be getting a 2-litre turbo 4-cylinder with a hybrid. If this turns out to be accurate, it will be the sad end of a glorious era when C-Class sedans could be ordered with one of the best engines Mercedes has ever made, a 6.2-litre V8, codenamed the M156. Produced from 2008 till 2014, the Mercedes C63 AMG was a benchmark performance sedan of the time, packing the largest displacement engine amongst its competitors. With 457 horsepower on tap, the C63 AMG was a proper muscle car, dressed as an ordinary sedan. However, there was no doubt what the true nature of this beast was once you pressed the accelerator pedal. 0 to 60 was possible in just 3.9 seconds, and its top speed was over 180 miles per hour. Number 5. The Mercedes 500e. Before all those crazy AMG sedans and super fast S-Class models, There was a muscle car-like Mercedes with V8 power with an interesting Porsche connection called the 500e. Based on the old W124 chassis, the 500e was the top-of-the-line version of the series, equipped with a 5-litre V8 engine putting out 326 horsepower. Introduced in 1990, the 500e was almost indistinguishable from its lesser cousins due to the fact it shared largely the same design. However, due to its highly specialized drivetrain layout, Mercedes called upon their Stuttgart neighbors from across the street, Porsche, to help with the assembly. At 6 seconds to 60 miles per hour and an electronically limited top speed of 160 miles per hour, it's not the quickest these days, but neither are some of the older American muscle cars. That said, its rear-wheel drive nature, rumbling V8 and understated appearance suggest that it's indeed a European muscle car. So there you are. Which other cars should I have included? Let me know in the comments, and as always, thanks for watching. Cheers!